And then we're going to see some Donkey Kong Country 3. No major skips.
بدي أدخل الجامعة ونفسي أصير لما أكبر دكتورة جلدية.
بحب أكون مهندس معماري عشان أبني وطني من جديد.
లాయరైతే ఎవరైనా భార్య భర్తలు విడిపోతే వాళ్ళని కలపాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను.
أنا مسترلا سولير فاجي.
في صعوبة للبوليس.
أكبر بدي يطلع دكتور أطفال.
دكتور عيون. The boss of the company.
أنا بوصف حالي إني أنا مجتهد، أنا بثق بحالي وأنا متعلم.
All right, and we're back. And we have with us today Anankoz. I hope I'm saying that right.
You are.
Anankoz. Hey, there we go. And his commentator, Void, the one and only. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, doing good. Thanks for having us on this fresh marathon.
Thank you. I think it is very fresh.
Yeah, yeah. So I reckon that there was a file name for this game.
There is. Let me pull it up here. That one, there were no other donations. That one is in fact Monkey, M-O-N-K-E.
All right. So yeah, this is gonna be Donkey Kong Country 3. No major skips. Me and Anankoz have done this before at HDQ earlier this year, and we're pretty excited to bring you the run back to this. You won't get to hear Anankoz's sweet Dutch accent, unfortunately. You'll have to contend with my French-Canadian accent, but I hope I can deliver. So, do we give you a countdown?
Absolutely. Give me a countdown.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck to Anankoz, and yeah, as I said, welcome to DKC3 No Major Skips, everyone. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna skip Wrinkly, because that's not considered a major skip, which is pretty convenient. Saves a few seconds. The game forces you to visit Wrinkly at the beginning of the game to save, but you don't need to save, so we're just gonna move right along. And so what No Major Skips entails is, like, aside from, you know, the fact that it's, like, very descriptive, no major skips allowed, what defines a major skip in this game, though? So warp barrels aren't allowed, as well as a few other glitches that would be usually staples of the any percent run of this game. So like bleak skip that you would normally see in an any percent run, that's not allowed in this category. Vertical zips aren't allowed, as well as a couple other things that I will point out later. But yeah, you can essentially view this category as an extension of the warpless category. And I did mention warp barrels because in this game you have a warp barrel for every level in the first two worlds, and those aren't allowed. So the platforming starts right off the bat. Like usually in the any percent run, you would just go straight to the warp barrel at the beginning of those levels, saving a bunch of time. But you get right into the action in this run. And for this level, doorstop dash, the gimmick is you want to pull those handles long enough so that the door is raised to the point where you can slide under. And if you mess your timing up, you can lose a good chunk of time. As you were able to tell by Anankoz bonking the door earlier. Sometimes it really looks like you're not gonna make it, but you do, because Dixie has a pretty tiny hitbox. Another cool thing worth pointing out is that in this game, every single level has like its own gimmick, twist, like uniqueness to it, so to speak. So like, for example, the last level you had those door handles that you had to grab onto, and for this level, Tidal Trouble, the current actually pushes you to backwards. So you want to be airborne as much as possible. Which is why you do this big glide right there to get to the bonus area, which is technically not intended. You're more intended to use Kitty's water bouncing ability right there, but it works out. And now you're gonna see a snow level in the first world. And also your first introduction to something that we call Just Defense. So as you saw, Anankoz was able to roll through the crimp without taking damage. And that works because as he's about to connect with the crimp, Anankoz presses the other direction on the D-pad. And it tricks the game into thinking that you're rolling through the crimp from behind. It's minimal time saved, but the ice physics do make this particular Just Defend a lot easier to do. So we're now going into Murky Mill. This is the first time that we're gonna do something different from the Warpless run. So in Warpless, there's actually a way to skip Ellie the Elephant in this level, but that is considered a major skip for this run. So we're gonna turn into our good buddy Ellie, and we're gonna navigate this level the way the Donkey Gods intended us to do. That involves actually dodging those rats, because apparently Ellie is scared of those rats. Either dodging them or killing them. Here, Anankoz is going to take a very clever damage boost, just get a fast fall through that shaft. Nicely done. I was wondering what kind of ending Anankoz would go for there, but looks like he took it pretty safely, which is nice. Now we got our first boss, Belcher. Pretty simple. You can two-cycle this boss as long as you don't mess up. You really want to break the barrel as early as possible, put the beetle in his mouth as soon as possible. And he's done so. Nice. That was a very clean fight, by the way. Anankoz went for a really tight and difficult strat that saves very minimal time. That is pretty easy to fail. But thankfully, we are now on to World 2. So in this level, in the any percent run, you would be doing a vertical zip. It only saves 4 seconds, but it is nonetheless considered a major skip for the purposes of this category. Instead, we're going to be doing a lot of platforming, a lot of rope climbing. These acorns that those monkeys throw, they really have deceptive hitboxes, or rather, when you are Kitty holding onto the rope, it really has a deceptive hitbox. So like you can really get screwed over if you're not being careful. That was very nicely done, though. Alright, now on to Riverside Race. So, once again, new level, new gimmick. For this level, you actually have this timer at the bottom right, which used to make this level a fan favorite in the day. There's actually a category on our leaderboards for ILs of this level using the in-game timer provided. But in any case, you want to race against those beetles that are following you, not take damage. Timer at the bottom right is actually for a bear side quest that is not very relevant for this category. It is relevant for 103%. Alright, 54:40, pretty good time. Now moving on to Squeals on Wheels. My personal favorite level out of the first two worlds, at least when it comes to doing those levels warpless. And funnily enough, this level is actually completely different in the warpless run, because you can do something called a door clip and just skip through this, and like essentially the entirety of the level without having to play it. But a very major skip, to say the least. It's a way to get around using the war barrel, but you still like don't get to play out the level as intended, which is pretty much the goal of this category. So the gimmick is you want to kill those rats in those wheels to make the doors at the end of each and every section raised, so you can gain access to the next part of the level. So far, Anankoz doing a really good job. This level is really difficult to optimize. Right there, Anankoz did a left to right with the camera to make sure that the B wind block is thin can throw. And once you get to this point, you just get right back to the beginning, and now this door is open. So you can actually complete the level. Alright, for this level, springing spiders. There's gonna be a lot of platforming in this level. And that's pretty much all there is to say about this level. A lot of platforming, a lot of really tight movements. I'm gonna do some team throws at some points because it's gonna skip some cycles and dodge some bees more conveniently. This is a level that's really easy to mess up. So far, so good, though. So another team throw right here, so he doesn't have to wait on that B. Ooh. Took a little damage here, but that's fine. We're almost at the end of the level, anyways. There you go. Very easy to misjudge that jump where Anankoz took damage. Because of the way the DKC3 physics do work, you want to have like a certain amount of momentum when you're jumping. And once again, you see Ellie the elephant in this level. And once again, you would be able to normally skip her in Warpless, which saves a ton of time. But we're gonna do the level the normal way, except with this D-boost. It's actually a level that caused me a lot of problems as a kid. I remember struggling a good amount on this level, but when I was learning it for the speedrun, I was like, this level is not so bad after all. Shouts to Ellie the elephant. It's a very tricky B kill using that tin can right there. Glad Anankoz was able to get it. Nice snipe. Here, taking another D-boost. That was a nice D-boost too. So like Anankoz was able to land on the tin can before taking the damage, which avoided him entering the water, which saved him some time. And now we are on to Eric. Everyone's second most favorite boss of this game. This is a really hard fight actually, when you're learning out this game. Anankoz doing this fight like a professional. Very nice. Yeah, Eric's hitbox is gigantic, and sometimes his behavior is really erratic when you're just trying to hit him, and it can block your barrel throws and make you lose a lot of time. And of course, if you take damage in that fight, then that's even worse, because for the second half of the fight, he's gonna do these, I guess like he's gonna throw like gumballs at you, like he's gonna spit gumballs at you, and you're gonna have to sit through that attack cycle without being able to get up to the platform where the barrels spawn. Usually a reset if you mess up that fight. But yeah, and now we're on to Mechanos, the third world of DKC3. And this is Fireball Frenzy. In the 80% run, this is essentially where the run would kick into high gears, where the difficulty ramps up. Mechanos is a pretty difficult world. And don't get fooled by the fact that it has two auto-scrollers. It is very hard. This climb in particular, very difficult to optimize. Ooh, nice. Jumping over that bee saves some time and is definitely harder than it looks. You need to have really good timing with your jumps and also have good momentum carrying you over that bee. Yeah, I see confusion in the chat room right now, but fret not, this is World 3. Like, Anankoz is doing this as the third world. Like, it has to be World 3. Yeah, that was nicely done. You're intended to take a damage boost at the end. In any percent, you would actually take a different damage boost. That would save you a little time. But for the purposes of this category, it is considered a major skip, so we don't do that damage boost. But we still want to lose Kitty before the end of the level to fix our Kong order for the rest of this world. And now we're on to our first auto-scroller. Potentially donation reading time, especially considering there will be this auto-scroller and another auto-scroller after this auto-scroller. So there's going to be a lot of auto-scroller going on for the next couple minutes. So yeah, I don't know if you guys get anything.
Unfortunately, no donations at the moment. You know, I think people are just really interested in watching this run, but you know, we are doing this run for a cause. We are trying to raise money for Save the Children, a great, great charity. So please, if you'd like to, and if you can, please consider donating to the marathon. We got a little second. Maybe I'll read a blurb or two, right? Save the Children believes that every child deserves a future. They work every day to give children a healthy start in life, the opportunity to learn, and protection from harm. Since their founding over 100 years ago, they've changed the lives of over 1 billion children around the world. 1 billion children! Think about that. And you could help them get 1 billion more. Please consider donating.
Please consider donating. 1 billion is a lot. Like, holy cow.
That's a lot. I agree.
That is a lot of children.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, kids all around the world need help, and they're doing a great job. You know, they provide education and food and medicine, all that kind of stuff, and they fight for the rights of the child. All around the world with the UN and all that stuff. So like they are really, really on the front lines, you know, trying to make kids' lives even better.
That's awesome.
I think I mentioned it during the intermission. But so if you guys like Donkey Kong Country 3, you know, that is on the docket for a video that you could sponsor. We have a bid war right now where all donations, right, you can put it towards a multiple choice. There are 4 options, right? And Donkey Kong Country 3 is on that list. So if you want to see us make a Speed Docs world record history of Donkey Kong Country 3 to complete the trilogy, you can put your money towards that. Don't forget.
Yeah. Now it's my time to advertise you guys' stuff. I am featured. I have the privilege to be featured in the first 2 videos that the Speed Docs guys did about the Donkey Kong Country world record progressions, and they did a really good job. And if there is such an option as a 3rd Donkey Kong Country video, I want to see it. So please donate. Thank you very much.
You heard it here first, folks. Void himself wants to see it. So don't you want Void to see it? Come on now.
Yeah. You know you want me to see it. You also know you want to see it. Alright. But in any case, Anankoz is now back to playing the video game, and he is playing a pretty difficult level, Blazing Bazookas. This level is made harder by the fact that it is actually optimal to play this level with only 1 Kong. The reason being is this game is so whack and so weird that if you have 2 Kongs, the barrels will take longer before being able to shoot you out, because the game needs to have both Kongs being physically into the barrel and not just the Kong that you're having control of at the moment. So it makes some spots in this level pretty spooky, and add that to the fact that the halfway barrel is out of the way. Makes for a pretty dangerous level, but thankfully Anankoz is a gamer, and he was able to make quick work of it. Now we're on to low G Labyrinth. And as the name of the level implies, there's low gravity in this level, meaning that your movements are all sluggish, you jump really high, and making a mistake will cost you 5 times the amount of time it would cost you in another level, where the gravity is normal. That's the first half done. For the second half, you see our buddy Quawks, the purple parrot. So Quawks is different from Squawks in that he does not shoot eggs. He can pick up and carry barrels, which he can use to damage enemies, but he cannot shoot eggs. So it's a little more convoluted to defend yourself and progress through areas with this bird.
By the way, we got a $1 donation from Crunchy Brown. Crunchy Brown, yeah! The one and only. Just sitting here wondering what Kiddy Kong grew up to become. A lawyer? A musician? Professional speedrunner, perhaps? Maybe he works behind the scenes at SpeedDocs. I'm not aware of any Kiddy Kong working behind the scenes, but maybe he's pulling the strings that I don't even know.
Man, what if Kiddy Kong is your boss?
Whoa. That'd be something. Is
That'd be
JR
something.
Kiddy Kong?
Is what now?
Sorry, we have... I'm just going to add him in chat. JR is one of the people who works behind the scenes that doesn't get as much credit as he deserves, but Tamar 711 is on the team.
Well, shout outs to him. And
you
also
go.
shout outs to Crunchy Brown for the donation. Also, while we were discussing all of this, Anankoz pulled off a really difficult fight. So, very, very nicely done of him. So, the one cycle chaos involves team throwing in the air repeatedly and having essentially chaos bounce you up as you damage him, and you maintain that height, and you just keep on team throwing to maintain said height. And by doing so, you can actually do the entire fight airborne and without having to land back on the ground. And yeah, that was very nicely done. Saves a ton of time and is allowed in this category. It is not considered a major skip. Ooh, a little damage here, but that's fine. So that was not particularly difficult. So Caught on Top Cove, World 4, is actually a little bit of a drop in difficulty compared to Mechanos. There's like maybe one level in this world that I would consider like as hard, if not harder, than like a Mechanos level. But other than that, like it is it's pretty gentle world. Yeah. Baz's Blockade, first water level in the run. So the idea behind water levels in DKC games, and that like stands true for the entire trilogy, is that you want to cut corners as close and as cleanly as possible to save the maximum amount of time. And you also want to like, pull back a little bit to give yourself some momentum so that you can cut the corner in such a way that you really have like the most amount of velocity going forward. This level is what the level I would consider the easiest level in the entire DKC 3 speedrun. There's really not much to it. You get into those rocket barrels and you get shot out of them. Do a couple D boosts. There'll be something later on, I guess, that'll be worth pointing out. So, like, there'll be a team throw that Anankoz won't be able to do to get into a barrel, so you'll have to, like, just platform around. But at the same time, we're gonna use that to our advantage, because for the next level, you want to be solo Dixie. So we're just gonna D-boost on this B instead of doing a team throw. And there you go.
And there you have it.
Yep.
We also have 2 new donations.
Ooh.
We have $2 from Shu, $2 Hype Train, Shoo on the Choo Choo, ! Weapons, from our Shuli91. Thank you so much. We also have a $25 donation from Hooray Yogurt.
Ooh.
Says Anankoz equals gamer, Pog equals passion, orange guava, Anankoz equals World 4. We also have another $1 donation from Crunchy Brown. Mechanaz is World 4. Anankoz, maybe do it, but he's absolutely shredding this run, so I'll allow it.
No, you jinxed it, Crunchy Brown.
It's all your fault, Crunchy.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Thankfully, the death didn't happen too far away from the halfway barrel. And it's a good thing that Anankoz grabbed the halfway barrel on this level. In normal runs, you don't want to grab this barrel because it causes extra lag. But marathon run and all. Also, thank you guys for your donations. Very much appreciated. This is the level, by the way, that I was talking about this level being probably the hardest level in World 4. So yeah, nicely done. So Tracker Barrel Trek. Another level with gimmicky barrels floating around. This one is a little more involved than Rocket Barrel Ride that you saw 2 levels ago. So there'll be a skip that hopefully Anankoz will be able to get, but it is a really difficult skip to do on this version of the game. Yeah. Didn't quite get it. So if you can get over that D, then you can do the D-boost right here on the section instead, and that would save you a few seconds. You're just doing another D-boost to clear that chasm. Do a few more rolls, and you get to the end of the level. But something that I haven't talked about yet, so like I mentioned, this version of the game, so the 90% run is done on the Japanese version. There are some tricks that are exclusive to the Japanese version. There are other tricks that are exclusive to the English version. Blade Skip, for example, is exclusive to the Japanese version, which is why it is the optimal version to run 90% on. The one cycle chaos strat that you saw Anankoz do in Mechanos for the chaos fight, that is exclusive to the English version. It unfortunately does not save as much time as Bleak Skip, which is why it got essentially forgotten for the 90% run, but it is used in both no measure skips, as you were able to witness, and also 103%. So it is still it still sees a lot of play nowadays. It's not completely obsolete. And I guess I should talk about this level as well a little bit. This level sucks. Everyone hates this level. You want to feed your fish actual fish and not clams, otherwise it gets angry at you. I guess they're not exactly clams. They're like maybe like urchins or something. But yeah. And if it gets angry at you, you're gonna take damage. Now we got Jar Jar Binks, aka whatever the heck this guy is. So Squirt, you want to shoot water in his eyes whenever they pop through the waterfall. And yeah, that was a very nice cycle right there. That's about as optimal as you can do the water snipes. You want to do that 3 times. There's really not too much else about this fight past that. Another very good cycle. I would agree with you, Crunchy Brown. Pretty lame boss. Alright, we got the good ski grab. Shouts to Blonde Bunny. If you want to get the Blonde Bunny ski grab, you want to grab the ski a little earlier than that, which will make you fall down to the platform below, and it will lose you a little bit of time. It's like a very like minimal mistake, like less than a second, but I gave Blunt a lot of grief back in the day for that. Now we have both our skis. We can proceed to World 5. World 5, aka the Ice World, except that the Ice World only has 2 ice levels. But it doesn't matter. This is a really difficult level, by the way. Crevice Creepers. The optimal way of doing this level would be to only have 1 Kong, but it's so risky. Yeah, as you can see, it is such a difficult level. Like, I completely understand Anankoz's decision to have both Kongs entering this level. You also want to be Dixie as much as possible, because Dixie can go through horizontal ropes really quickly, as you can see. Little deboost at the end here, which is a little faster and also fixes your Kong order for the rest of World 5. And we get another auto-scroller, aka another donation train, hopefully. Choo-choo.
Nothing currently, but you know, we could make it happen if y'all wanna.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess in the meantime, I'll just point out that both for this autoscroller and the autoscroller that Anankoz did earlier with the sled, you want to be jumping up and down slopes to save some time. Ooh, balloon jump, saving the frames. Balloon jump is a quote-unquote forbidden strategy in the 80% run. Alright. And so now we're gonna go on to Barrel Drop Bounce, and this is probably the level like that got the most affected by the no major skips rulings, because in 80% you would use a lot of team throws. Ooh, okay, safe. You would use a lot of team throws to clear different sections of this level. Like right here, you'd use a team throw and you wouldn't have to like go this far to the left. You could just team throw up onto this platform. But all of those, for the sake of this category, are considered major skips. Another one right here that is being skipped. And this section right here is entirely DLC. You don't see that in 90% normally. Not even in any other category. This is completely new content, never seen before on television, and that was very nicely done.
What an exclusive sneak peek we just had.
Yep. Exclusive sneak peek to the SpeedDocs World Record Progression video for DKC3.
Speaking of which, Pidge01 donated $20, type 1 in the chat room, and that $20 went to DKC3 in that bid war.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, Pitch.
There you go.
Also type 1 in the chat room.
Type 1 in chat.
Also, this is Crackshot Croc, also known as Discount Webwoods. You are Squitter the Spider, and you're trying to navigate through these pools of strawberry milkshake. Apparently boiling strawberry milkshake. But, yeah, there's actually a small gap in between those pools that you can land on and make use of that throughout this level. Oh, goodness. Yep, that will happen sometimes. So, the thing with Squitter is you can do these instant platforms, but if you try to do them too quickly, they're just not gonna spawn. And, yeah, when you'll realize that, you'll just most of the time fall to your death, and that's exactly what happened there. Not too big of a deal, though. If anything, that just goes to show you guys how jank Squitter can be. Alright, we're through. We're through, and we are Dixie for the next level, Lemguin Lunch. There's another level that you want to do as solo Kong, because if you have both Kongs through this level, that's going to generate a tremendous amount of lag, and you don't want to have that happen. Same reason why, like, you guys were probably able to see that there was still some lag there, despite the fact that Anankoz was only using Dixie. Also, these Lemguins have literally the worst hitboxes ever. Like, it doesn't make sense. Or rather, it does make sense in the sense that as long as the Lemguins are airborne, they shouldn't damage you. Barring a few exceptions. But yeah. Anankoz got through. Very nicely done. And now we're on to our guy, Bleak. Bleak the Snowman. Bleak the murderer of Duck Hunt Country 3 speedruns. So, I mentioned earlier, Bleak Skip being a very prominent thing in the 80% run. And we don't have to do Bleak Skip in this run because it's banned, because it's considered a major skip, thankfully, because what Bleak Skip is a frame perfect pause that doesn't really have any visual cues. Pretty nice. There is some RNG to the Bleak fights, like his spawns are random. There's also some jankiness in that his hitbox might not always be what it seems like, but it vastly outweighs the headache and the dread of having to go through getting Bleak Skip first try to have your run not be completely dead. And now it is time for World 6. There is an audio cue for Bleak Skip, yes. Alright, so Quox is back, and if you guys remember when I mentioned in G Labyrinth, Quox cannot shoot eggs, but he can carry barrels so that he can use them to kill bees. But this level wasn't really well tested, therefore you can skip most of the barrels with either deboosts or just plainly taking advantage of the boundaries of this level not being exactly what they seem. Another example right here. And now Anankoz is going to use the extra Kong that he has to deboost right through this horseshoe section. That was very nicely done. Another deboost right here. And zipping right past the copter. Very nicely done. And it also fixes the Kong order for the rest of this world. That was a very good buzzer barrage. Also Baron. So this is Benny the bear. Benny has a brother named Bjorn, but you're not gonna see Bjorn this run, and you're also not gonna see any of the other brother bears this run. Unfortunately, you'd have to either run 103% for that, or watch 103% run. But yeah, now we're on to Confused Cliffs, also known as Burn Your Rope. And Burn Your Rope is a 2.5 minute long auto-scroller, which means donation time. And also it means Burn Your Rope update, because there needs to always be a Burn Your Rope update when you get there in a run. So I will give a Burn Your Rope update. You can rate my Burn Your Rope update if you want, but... Sure. Yeah, Burn Your Rope update. Anankoz is currently swiftly going through this run. Had only a couple deaths, pretty minor. But the levels that he crushed, he did so very well and in a very convincing fashion. Also, please keep donating towards the marathon and towards a great cause, and keep on rolling deep, gamers.
That's right, roll deep, gamers. From the man himself.
Yeah. Do you have a Burn Your Up update that you want to provide to the stream, CC?
Sure. My Burn Your Rope update is that I just refilled my water bottle, so I am fully ready to get hydrated some more. And yeah, we don't have any other donations since Pidge's a few minutes ago, but don't forget, you can keep donating at any point.
Yep. Keep on donating at any point throughout this donkey block.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also, stay hydrated, indeed. I do have my water with me. Very important to stay hydrated.
Yes, water is a big deal, you know. You know, if Anankoz had water right now, maybe his rope wouldn't be burning. Yeah, you ever thought about that?
You know, I have not. So thank you. Thank you for pointing it out.
All right, how much longer we got on this?
Oh, like 15 seconds.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Real quick, I will just point out that we are raising money for Save the Children, and Save the Children has led the massive worldwide effort that reduced newborn deaths by over 40% since the year 2000, saving 1.5 million babies each year. We're out here saving kids. That's what these people do. Save the children. So please consider donating. We'd really appreciate it.
Alright, and now Anankoz, moving on to Floodlit Fish. So, beginning of this level, you want to stab those huge yellow fish to light up the level, but it's slow, and we don't need to do that. The level is not dark enough to stop us. Also, the are broken in this game, so as long as you're lunging with Enguard, you're pretty much invulnerable to anything, barring like 2 frames of these Lurchin animations. So yeah, we're gonna be lunging throughout the rest of this level. It doesn't make you go faster vertically, but it does influence your horizontal speed movement, of course. Alright, that's good. That was very good. Yeah, Anankoz swapped in the water. The reason is twofold. First reason is it's faster to swap in water than swapping on land. The animation is going to be greatly shortened. And the second reason is Squawks actually flies quicker when he is carrying Dixie in front than Kitty. Goes to show that, you know, Kitty is a beefy kid. Poor Squawks. In any case, we got Pothole Panic. And Pothole Panic is your discount Animal Antics for this game. Animal Antics is another DKC2 level. I did mention Webwoods earlier, which is a DKC2 level. Animal Antics is another one. And all the animal buddies, or most of the animal buddies, I should say, are being seen here. But they're not all used. You don't need to use Squitter or Ellie They're exclusive to 103. And now Ropey Rumpus. And Ropey Rumpus, normally you would do a 2-1 jump. But the 2-1 jump is considered a major skip, so we can't do that. The 2-1 jump would save 10 seconds over the second fastest strat, which is a D-boost around this section. But it is also considered a major skip, so instead we have to go around this way. The intended way, as it turns out. Grabbing Kitty Kong back in the process. And very nicely navigating through the rest of this level. Ooh, spicy right there. That's a very hard movement to pull off. Alright.
Yo,
Now-
a raid from Midwest Speed Fest. Thank you so much.
Yo, the raid rolling in.
Yo, Midwest Speed Fest, how y'all doing?
Welcome, gamers. Welcome to the tail end of this Donkey Kong Country 3 speedrun.
Absolutely.
Anankoz currently fighting a pretty difficult boss. Thankfully got through the second phase very nicely without taking damage, which is very important.
Yeah. Just remind everybody that we are raising money for Save the Children. So thank you everyone for showing up. Hope you all enjoy the show, and if you guys feel like donating a little more money towards, I know you just came from Midwest Speed Fest, but if you'd like, if you've got a little more in the tank and you'd like to give it away, Save the Children is a great cause. Brings education, food, shelter to kids all around the world, especially places that are afflicted by conflict and a global climate crisis. So please consider donating.
Absolutely. Alright, and now Anankoz is on to World 7. World 7 is full of really wacky and obnoxious gimmicks. This level probably the most mild among the World 7 levels. You only have these conveyor ropes to deal with, and it's actually like a pretty fun level to optimize. You want to be holding onto the ropes that push you forward as much as possible, for example. It is still a pretty tough level. Anankoz taking a D-boost right here to go completely past those bees, saving some time in the process. Worth mentioning that Anankoz is doing a very difficult Kong route for World 7 that saves pretty much minimal time if done perfectly. So yeah, definitely very impressive stuff to be seen. And Creepy Caverns is actually a big source of RNG, so the ghost barrels that you'll see on your screen, like right there, that was a really good spawn. They're seed-based, and essentially the variance in this level can go upwards of like 15 seconds, depending on if you get bad spawns. Like this one, for example, that was actually the worst spawn that he could have gotten. The first two spawns were pretty good. Like I think he got the first, like he got first spawn on the second barrel, but for that that barrel that he just got, that was the worst RNG possible. And it's usually pretty rare to get bad RNG on that barrel, which is unfortunate. Clean stairs section, pretty tricky section to do with Kitty. A lot of people do that section with Dixie, but now the upside of using this Kong route is you can D-boost right here at the end and avoid dealing with the RNG of the last barrel, which can be pretty detrimental.
All right, let me get a couple of donations in here. A few people have heeded the call. Glenn
That's what I like to
donated.
hear.
There you go. That's right. Glenn donated $10. It says Anankoz is World 3. We got a $4.44 donation from Anonymous. It says, so what number world was Anankoz again? Well, I just told you it's 3. Another anonymous donation for $8.45, which goes to XGRA. Pog. Someone asked in chat what the incentives are right now. Currently, the big one right now, tonight we have Paper Mario Glitchless being run by Void himself, who's here on commentary.
Hey.
Yeah. And then we have a donation incentive to bring Luigi to the castle party. So that's, I believe it's another, it's at 300, so another $200 before we'll see that. We also have 2 polls going on. So the game after, not this one, so the next one is DKC2. The game after that is Extreme G or XGRA, which is the game after the next one. So well, depending on which one you want to see, you could donate towards that. There's a bid war for that. I'd also like to remind everybody that we are SpeedDocs, a YouTube channel that makes speedrunning documentaries. And the next SpeedDocs video is up for grabs. All your donations can go to picking the next video. We have 4 on the docket that you can choose from. Either Banjo-Kazooie any %, Final Fantasy 9, Donkey Kong Country 3, which is this game right here, or Jak 2. So that's going to go all marathon long. So that's this weekend as well as next weekend. You can get your donations in, and then it'll go towards that poll. So if you like to see that, you can put a little money towards that. Don't forget.
Yeah. That was a good segment, CC. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I try.
In the meantime, Anankoz has been cruising through 2 really difficult levels of World 7. In fact, like when you were doing when you were reading donations, like he was actually doing the hardest level in the run.
Hopefully you didn't need to explain any of that.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll resume the last 2 levels pretty quickly. Lightning bad, Coin Dozers bad, and now we're on to Poisonous Pipeline. So the purple water will actually reverse your left and right controls. So like actually Anankoz is currently Anankoz is holding the left button on his D-pad to go right. Very tight squeeze right there to get to the Engard barrel. Really want the Engard in this level, obviously. Engard really fast underwater. As far as horizontal movement is concerned. Alright, nicely done. And now it's final boss time.
Already?
Already.
Goodness. Well, before the run is over, I want to get one more donation in.
Yeah.
Clayton donated $10 saying Anankoz is a World 4. Thank you, Clayton.
Thank you, Clayton. But Anankoz is World 3. Alright, turns out the final boss of DKC3 is King K. Rool. Who would have thought? Disguised as Baron K. Rulenstein in this game. So what you want to do is you want to grab those barrels and you want to throw them on his backpack thingy. Or at the very least, clash the barrels onto his backpack thingy. There's some tech about this fight where you can actually get rid of Kitty at the very beginning of it, which will save you some lag time, but obviously pretty risky, and the fact that there will be less lag in the ensuing fight means that some of your movements will be like a little different because it won't have the same feeling to it. So right here, Anankoz can be going for Task Chaos. Very nicely done. Actually, not Task Chaos. Task K-Roll. My bad. This is not Chaos. This is K-Roll. I just said that this was K-Roll. K-Roll is the final boss. And yeah, Task K-Roll saves about 6 seconds. It's like a 5 or 6 frame window. But like taking damage, like losing Dixie in this fight is so bad. Like it loses so much time. Also get ready on time. And time.
All right.
Nice run.
57:36, something like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I think they're having some technical difficulties. I'm looking in the chat right here. But
that's fine.
That's all right. But anyways, yeah, 57:36 or something like that. So
yeah,
good job.
That's a very good run. That's like just a little over a minute off Anankoz's PB, which is also the world's record for Donkey Kong Country 3 no major skips.
Wowee!
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. In the classic words of Void, nice run.
Nice run. Yep. But yeah, thanks for watching this fresh run by Anankoz Gamers. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for being here. But wait, if you guys enjoy Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, we're not done yet. This was just the beginning of the Donkey Kong Country block. Up next, we've got a fresh DKC2 race between SBD Wolf and Panda, so be sure to stick around for that. And guess who's going to be on commentary for that race, CC?
Who could it possibly be? Is it me?
I mean, do you want to commentate it?
I don't know that much about it. Is it you?
It could potentially be me, yeah.
Oh, I see. All right, well, you'll just have to tune in and find out when we come back from this commercial break. Hang on.